Hey there, classic rock lovers, and welcome to Classic Reviews, where we review classic rock albums. And today we have an exciting treat for you. So get ready for an epic CD review that will hopefully leave you craving to listen to this band. The CD we will be reviewing will be a greatest hits CD by the British heavy metal band Saxon. So, Saxon are a British metal band from Barnsley that formed in the 70s and were very successful in the early 80s. They were the first new wave of British heavy metal band to sign with an international label, and the first band to play at the Monsters of Rock Festival twice, and that includes playing at the very first of Monsters of Rock in 1980. Despite being one of the first successful bands of the new wave of British heavy metal genre, they never reached the same heights as the likes of Def Leppard, Iron Maiden, and Judas Priest, for example. The band have had a number of band members over the years, with singer Biff Byford being the one constant member of the band. Guitar player Paul Quinn is still in the band, but has not long retired from touring. So Diamond Head's Brian Tatler now tours with Saxon, and the band are always touring and recording new material. Not to mention, Biff Byford can still sing very well after all these years. So this greatest hits CD came out in 2009. The track listing features the band's biggest songs from 1979 to 1988, and the track listing is in chronological order. So the opening track of this greatest hits CD is called Big Teaser. This song is from the band's self-titled debut album, which came out in May 1979. You can tell that this is one of the band's earliest songs due to the low production sound, and as you might be able to tell from the title, it does feature some cheesier lyrics. Even though Saxon is more a heavy metal band, the song Big Teaser is more a glam rock type song that also features an intro similar to the Iron Maiden song 2 Minutes to Midnight. Staying on the low production debut album for the second song on this greatest hits CD, and it's the song called Back to the Wall. Not a lot I can think of to say about this song really. This is a tight sounding metal song with a high tempo. It features some tight drum and bass playing in the rhythm section, and Biff Byford performs a great vocal. For the third song on this greatest hits, and the next few songs actually, we move on to the band's second album, which is called Wheels of Steel, which came out in April 1980. And the third song on this greatest hits CD is the title track from the Wheels of Steel album. This is one of the band's more known songs, and it made the top 20 in the UK charts in 1980. It's a mid-tempo song that has to be one of the earliest new wave of British heavy metal anthems, and the song is simply about cruising on a big open road in a fast car without a care in the world. For the fourth song on this CD, we're sticking with the theme of freedom and speeding on a big open road, and it's the song called Motorcycle Man. With me and this channel being into old motorbikes, I love the intro of this song, which is the sound of motorbike racing. I could hazard a guess that the motorbikes you hear in the intro are one or two Manx Nortons followed by a multi-cylinder Honda, or it could even feature a Triumph or an MV Augusta Triple. Anyway, this song opens the Wheels of Steel album, and it's a fast song that a lot of people consider a speed metal classic. So, we've had a car-related song, a motorbike-related song. Now for the fifth song on this CD, we have a plane-related song, and it's the song called 747 Strangers in the Night. This is one of the best songs on this CD, and the song is actually quite eerie and tense. Not to mention it got to number 13 in the UK charts in 1980. So the song is about a power cut in New York in 1965, which caused total confusion to any planes that were flying, as they didn't have any communication to the airports. And one Scandinavian flight had to do an emergency landing in complete darkness at JFK Airport, which is what gets mentioned in the song. The last Wheels of Steel song we hear on this CD is track number 6, which is called Susie Hold On. This song is a more melodic and poppy song that's actually a motivational love song, as the song is telling the woman to never give up on what she believes is best for her. And the band did re-record this song as a bonus track for the 1983 album Power and the Glory. For the next few songs, we move on to the Strong Arm of the Law album, which came out in November 1980. And the first song from that album that we hear on this greatest hits CD is track number 7, which is called Heavy Metal Thunder. This is the song that opens the Strong Arm of the Law album, and whereas the previous album opening track Motorcycle Man features motorbike engines, Heavy Metal Thunder starts off with thunderstorm noises, for these aggressive guitar riffs kick in that really make this song a fast and heavy one. This song does sound similar to Motorhead, and in turn you can see why bands like Metallica and Megadeth have written similar songs to this. Track number 8 on this greatest hits CD is the title track of the Strong Arm of the Law album. This is a hooky mid-tempo rocker that's actually based on a true story. The song is about the band being pulled over in America by then British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher's security detail. Track number 9 is called 20,000 Feet. As you can tell by the song title, this is another Saxon song that's about airplanes. And like the song Heavy Metal Thunder, the song at 20,000 Feet is a fast-paced Motorhead type song that shows why bands like Metallica consider Saxon as an influence. Track 10 on this CD is called Dallas 1pm. This song is the closing song on the Strong Arm of the Law album, and it's a long song that's actually about the assassination of US President John F. Kennedy. This song is basically a heavy metal story or report of the assassination, and it does feature a lot of great guitar playing. For the next few songs, we move on to the Denim and Leather album that came out in September 1981. And the first song on this greatest hits CD we hear from that album is track number 11, which is called And the Band's Played On. This is one of Saxon's best songs and probably my favourite song of theirs, and it got to number 12 in the UK charts in 1981. The song was inspired by the band's performance at the first Monsters of Rock festival in 1980. This is a great song to sing along to, and the lyrics even name-check the headlining band Rainbow. And another thing that makes the song great is the guitar work. Track 12 is the song called Never Surrender. This is a song full of working class rage that made the top 20 in the UK charts in 1981. This is a good song with both good riffs and vocal, but the best thing about this song has to be the motivational lyrics, not to mention the strong chorus. Track number 13 is the title track of the Denim and Leather album. This song closes the Denim and Leather album, which I think is quite fitting actually, as the song is a thank you to the fans. This anthemic thank you song was inspired by what a lot of fans and metalheads were wearing in the early 80s, and the song describes the whole subculture and the rise of the new wave of British heavy metal. Track number 14 is called Princess of the Night. This is the last Denim and Leather song we get to hear on this greatest hits CD, and it's also one of the best songs on this CD too. This song opens the Denim and Leather album, and it's actually about steam locomotives. The song title was inspired by a class of steam train called LMS Princess Royal Class, and the song talks about the glory days of them steam trains and how the narrator wishes they'd come back, as loads of steam trains were getting scrapped at the time of writing this song. This song is a fast and heavy song where Biff Byford doesn't sing with as much power and intensity as he usually does. Track number 15 is the title track from the Power and the Glory album, which came out in March 1983. And this song opens that album, and it made the UK top 40 in 1983. I think this song is about a mercenary or a crusader who goes to fight for anyone who pays him. It's a fast and powerful song with some great riffs and lyrics about war and battles, and some people consider this an earlier power metal song. Song number 16 is called Just Let Me Rock. This is the only song of this greatest hits CD we hear from the Crusader album, which came out in January 1984. This is a commercial or more Americanized sounding song that's aimed at teenage metalheads. I think this fist-pumping song is about how managers of people in the music business try to take advantage of artists with lies and bad intentions, just so they can take all the money, but all this band want to do is just rock out and make music people enjoy, etc. Third to last song of this CD is called Back of the Streets. Not too much I could think of to say about this song really. It's the only song of this CD we hear from the Innocence Is No Excuse album that came out in September 1985. And this is a melodic and commercial sounding song that's also quite well produced. The second to last song is called Waiting for the Night. Again, not too much I could say about this song really. It's the only song of this CD we hear from the Rock the Nations album, which came out in August 1986. This song opens the Rock the Nations album, and Biff Byford also plays bass on this song as well as providing vocals. This song is a similar style to the song Back on the Streets, and it is a more poppy sounding song that has a Van Halen jump influence to it. And some people say that this song should have been a hit, or at least a lot more successful than it was. The last song on this greatest hits CD is a cover of the Christopher Cross song Ride Like the Wind. This is the only song on this greatest hits CD we hear from the Destiny album, which came out in March 1988. And this song is the opening track of that album. This song, and the whole Destiny album I suppose, was written and performed etc. more so the band could try to be more successful in North America. But Saxon trying to fit in with the lighter glam rock type stuff in the States, and coming away from the denim and leather new wave of British heavy metal stuff just wasn't meant to be really. In all fairness, this cover of what is a disco type song isn't bad at all, and it does feature some great guitar work. So that's the track by track done, and I must say that this is a good CD that covers most of the main songs from Saxon's peak. The song and the bands played on is my favourite, but I do also really like the songs 747 and Princess of the Night. Other things I could say about this CD are that there are a lot of great song titles, and a lot of the songs do feature some great lyrics and interesting subject matter, as most of the songs on this CD are about things like war, cars, motorbikes, planes, historical events, and even things that have actually happened in the band, like getting pulled over and searched and playing at the Monsters of Rock festival, etc. The last few songs on this CD sound a lot more commercial, and I do wish that songs like Crusader was on this CD. Another good Saxon song is Battalions of Steel, which actually came out in 2009, same year that this greatest hit CD came out. So that's a wrap, folks. We've reached the end of our captivating CD review journey. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on my upcoming reviews, etc. Trust me, you don't want to miss them. This is Classic Reviews. Check out the 2 videos at the end, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.